Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy entrepreneurs, professionals, and business owners publish to grow their businesses and to leave a legacy. Joining me on this segment, we're doing a spotlight on remarkable people and experts across the country and in your town. Joining me today is Kristi Sullivan. She's the founder of 4i Designs, a residential architecture design firm. Kristi, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
So, Kristi, tell me a little bit about 4i Designs and the types of folks that you help.
Well, I started 4i Designs because when I designed my home about 5 years ago, it was difficult to have a designer that put themselves in my shoes and give me exactly what I wanted. And with the person that I'd gone to, they worked through a building center. So every time there was a simple change, it would take 5 weeks to get back. And that was very frustrating. I think it's frustrating for anybody that is excited to build this home. They can't wait to move in it, And for me, it was a little difficult because I was in that same situation. So our home was a parade home, and we ended up winning the People's Choice Award. And I told my significant other, I said, if we win the People's Choice Award, I'm going back to school and I'm doing this. Because I don't want people waiting 5 weeks to see an added door or, this room size change. So we won. And within the next year, I had decided to go back to school. A few years later, here I am. I just graduated last May. I jumped out and started my own in July during this pandemic. And not knowing the back end of a lot of the business aspects was a little difficult, a little challenging. However, here I am approximately 9 months later, and I'm getting calls left and right. I am making sure that my clients and anybody that comes to me understands that they can come to me any changes at all, and it's not going to take them 5 weeks to get it. And in the end, I want them to walk into their home or drive in their driveway and be like, that's mine. I love this home. I'm so happy we did what we did, and I have a part of that, and that makes me feel really good.
So you're serving folks that want to have a home that's at the next level from scratch, like designed. So
Yep.
This is not your ordinary home. These are people that want custom, ground up, designed, and architectured homes. Is that right?
Exactly. And, I also do add-ons and remodels. So if they have a specific space, but they want it redesigned, I will help them with that. Where are they at that stage in their life, and what do they need changed, or what do they need built to help, coordinate with their future, with their lifestyle? Are they starting a family and didn't plan on it? Did they go through their family and now they're elderly and don't have rooms, doors big enough, things that are going to be more convenient and just flow, for their lifestyle.
Having gone through this experience yourself and knowing what you know now and the obstacles that you faced, and what are the biggest challenges that you found going through that experience yourself that you want to prevent other people from going through?
A lot of it was everybody should have a budget, correct? So when you have that budget, but you want all of this, but you can't really afford all of this, right? So then what I do is like, what's most important for your lifestyle right now? How are we going to coordinate everything to make sure that you have two people in a home and you have your children? Let's say you have somebody that works the night shift, somebody that works the morning shift. One of the things that I designed with my home is when you walk in from the garage, the mudroom, we have a door that goes into our master closet. So if one of us gets up, let's say here's the master bedroom, but then behind that would be the bathroom, and then behind that, the closet. And then there's the door where you can just go outside or go out to the garage. So you don't have to worry about disturbing the rest of the household. Do you want to be right next to your children? Make sure that you get that wall, that if you need that privacy or that time for you, make sure that wall is going to be extra insulated. Get some sound barrier in there so you don't get disturbed. Where do you need to be both mentally, physically, financially? So I try to make sure I get that with my clients and understand every aspect of their lifestyle.
Are there myths and misconceptions? Like, what's the biggest myth or misconception out there that may lead people down the wrong path? Maybe you experienced it yourself from something you thought before going through the experience.
Absolutely. So I would say the biggest myth, and it's not, maybe it's a misconception, and maybe it's just the owners of the contractors, over promise, under deliver. You can have this, and this. Start big, do what you want, and then we can always cut back. I don't believe in starting big and cutting back. I believe start at what you need. And if that does not fall, if that falls within your budget, let's go bigger. Let's do what everything you wanted, but what do you really need right now? Because the hardest thing is when you have a footprint and all of a sudden you're $250,000 over your budget. Oh, gee, where do we cut? What do we back off on? And I know firsthand, there was a few things that we had to cut back on, and it's hard to visualize. Here it is on paper, but it's hard to visualize. So when I bring people into my home, I will say, we went back on our deck, totally regret it. Here is the size of this deck. This is 8 feet. This is 10 feet. This room is 11 by 17. It gives them more of a visual. I have 10-foot ceilings, 12-foot ceilings, 9-foot ceilings. Here is your visual. So you can understand visually, because there's so many people that just can't visualize what they're drawing. My significant other, he thought he was going to end up in a little dollhouse because I'm so short. He's like, yeah, this really isn't a dollhouse, is it? So it's visualization, being able to put the client in that room or in that, have that vision the best they can.
That's really counterintuitive too, but I can imagine, as you mentioned, once you have a floor plan done and you've planned big and then you need to cut back, all of a sudden it changes the whole look and feel of what you have to do with these spaces. That's really counterintuitive. So
100%.
Kristi, tell us a little bit more, like, what did you do before design? Like what got you to this point to where you're became super passionate about architectural design and helping others navigate their dream home?
Well, so I have 3 daughters, and throughout my life, I had gone and did sales. I went to school for marketing, business management, and then I started a family. So I didn't finish that, but I continued to go and take classes throughout to get that degree. And during that time, I was always working some sort of sales job. Well, the companies, they don't have, I shouldn't say they don't have, a lot of them don't have the integrity that I was looking for. I can believe in the product, but I need someone that's really going to support the fact of, I'm not going to bug somebody and pester to get that sale. If you want it, you want it. I can help, help you understand why it's a great product. But at the end of the day, it was about the money, and it wasn't about the customer service of really caring about the client. And so after years of doing multiple different sales jobs, if you're not happy, you got to make a change, right? It's only up to you to do that. So like I said, I ended up going back to school, and I designed my first home. I was very young. It was just basic, but I loved it. And then I remodeled my second home. And then to design this home it was such a great feeling knowing that my ideas and my thoughts had come out to this. We're talking over 20 years of, playing and looking at different floor plans and drawing different things up. I'm like, why didn't I know about this 20 years ago, right? So it's just a matter of learning what you want and what you don't want. When, I have brand new clients, young clients that don't understand how life is going to change or how it's going to grow, don't understand the building process, or having to really stick to a tight budget without going over and having everything you want. You might not get it all at once, but eventually you'll get what you want if you work hard enough.
Kristi, if you were speaking to somebody that was thinking about their dream home right now, but just absolutely didn't even know where to start, what's the number one piece of advice you would give them to get them going on the right path?
Well, first off, my slogan is design it to love staying home. That is my slogan. I think it fits with the pandemic and everything else. So what I do, I start out with a consultation of, do you have children? How big are you looking for? Do you know how big you want it? What are the musts? Do you want a family room and a living room? Do you want a huge master bath with the huge closet? Do your kids, what sports do your kids play sports? I start with just the basics of what do they want. And then we go and I'll look up floor plans. Do you want 1-story, 2-story? Doesn't matter. I literally go the whole gamut of what are you like and what do you want? What do you need? What do you want? So it starts out a lot of just getting to know the client and having the client understand who I am as a person as well, how I think, and my process behind getting them what they want.
Terrific. Kristi, for folks listening right now that are interested, that really want that dream home and they'd love to connect with you, how can they find you and connect?
They can go to www.4i, the letter I, designsllc.com. That is my website. I am constantly trying to put new things up on there. Otherwise, my email is Kristi, Kristi, at 4idesignsllc.com. And my phone number is 715-829-5468.
This has been terrific, Kristi. I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing with my audience today. And I wish you continued success for you, for 4i Designs, and for all of your clients.
I appreciate this time with you, Mark.
Kristi Sullivan, founder of 4i Designs. This segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy entrepreneurs, professionals, and business owners publish to grow their businesses and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.